Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How are you guys doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit fun. We're going to be predicting the Eastern and the Western Conference standings by the end of the regular season. As I make this video, the off-season is basically done. We all know where the big free agents are going, we've all seen the blockbuster trades, and now we're going to be predicting how the 2020 season will play out. So simply, if you're an NBA fan, you're gonna love this video. But quickly, before I get on with the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and love basketball, welcome to Easy Buckets. My name is Soom, and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and click this button right here, the post notification bell, to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button, guys. I would really appreciate it. It would really help out the channel a lot. Just one more thing, guys, I'm doing a big Christmas PS5 giveaway on my Instagram account, so if you would like to be a part of that, go check out easy.buckets. That is my Instagram name. All the information is there, link is down below. But without wasting any more time, let's predict the Eastern and Western Conference by the end of this season. When talking about the conversation of which conference is stronger, everybody always says the Western Conference. For this video, with that fact, we're gonna start off predicting the Western Conference standings. When talking about the last place team in the Western Conference, I believe OKC, the Thunder, will be the 15th seed. After losing Chris Paul, Steven Adams, Dennis Schroeder, and Gallinari, OKC lost their core veteran players, the players that led them to the playoffs last year, and although Shai will have a breakout year, I don't think OKC will be a successful playoff team. OKC being last place, it is my prediction. At the 14th spot, I believe it'll be the Sacramento Kings. When talking about this offseason, all they did was give De'Aaron Fox a contract extension. They lost a couple of role players such as Kent Bazemore and of course Bogdanovic, so ultimately I don't think they upgraded in any way. Expect Sacramento Kings to not be a playoff contender this year. At the 13th spot, I believe it'll be the San Antonio Spurs being 13th, and when talking about the Spurs, they're kind of in an iffy situation. Their best players of DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge are currently on their final contracts, and we expect both of them to be in multiple trade talks in this season. With the Spurs rotation and roster not being fully set, I don't believe they'll be a playoff contender. They'll be a 13th seed. At the 12th seed, I am predicting that the Memphis Grizzlies will be there due to the fact that they won't be having their star big men of Jaren Jackson Jr. for most of the beginning of the season. When talking about the Grizzlies, they were amazing last year. They made the play-in tournament, but although Ja is going to be a great NBA player in the upcoming years, I don't think the Grizzlies did anything this offseason to give them a big boost, and with the Western Conference getting better every single second, the Grizzlies are just falling down. Grizzlies at the 12th spot, that is my prediction. At number 11, I am guessing the Timberwolves will be there. You know, we're talking about this offseason. They've made amazing moves. They got Ricky Rubio, they drafted Anthony Edwards, they even brought back Malik Beasley, but due to the fact that the Western Conference Finals is just so competitive, I don't think they'll be a confirmed playoff contender. I do believe D'Lo, Cat, and Anthony Edwards needs to play one season together to truly build that chemistry, but I do see them potentially having a good record and fighting for the 8th spot. At number 10, I'm putting the Pelicans there with Brandon Ingram signing a contract extension and Zion officially and apparently healthy. I believe the Pelicans are still going to be a contender for that 8th spot as well. Originally, I would have put them in the top 8, but after losing Drew Holiday, I believe that was a big loss, and with this young team, they're gonna need a few more years to develop to actually be a top 8 in the West. One thing's for sure, the Pelicans' future is bright, but I don't believe it's this season they're making the playoffs. At number 9, I'm putting the Phoenix Suns there. I know a lot of you guys are Phoenix Suns fans, a lot of you guys are Devin Booker fans, but getting Chris Paul, I don't believe that'll be enough to beat the top 8 teams in the Western Conference on making the playoffs. One thing's for sure, the Suns are definitely going to be competitive, and I believe in this upcoming season, Chris Paul will be developing Devin Booker for the future. I am guessing they'll be a 9th seed, but guys, they're going to be very close to the 8th seed, and potentially, they could win the play-in tournament. But for this prediction video, I'm putting the Suns at 9. At number 8, we got the Utah Jazz. The Jazz have been a great playoff contending team over the past few years, and every single year, they've always proven to still be the best as they could be. When talking about this offseason, they got Derek Favors, but they didn't really do anything much other than that, and I don't believe that signing could make them, an easy top 4 seed once again. They were amazing last year. I still see them being a playoff team and being a part of that play-in tournament. At number 7, we got the Dallas Mavericks, guys, and I'm only putting them this low due to the fact that currently Porzingis is injured and he is not expected to start the season, and that will leave the Dallas Mavericks having an iffy start to the regular season. One thing's for sure though, I love the moves the Dallas Mavericks made this offseason. They got Josh Richardson, and I do believe they're going to be a great team for the future. But to be a true championship contender, I do see Luka and Kristaps needing a 3rd superstar, and that's why I don't believe they're going to be a top 4 seed yet in the West. At number 6, we got the Houston Rockets, guys. After losing Russell Westbrook, James Harden is going to be the guy in town once again, and it's proven in the past that when James Harden is the man in town, they're a top 2 seed, they're a top 3 seed. But with the Western Conference getting tougher every single year, I still see them being in the middle of the pack for this season. One thing's for sure though, they'll be fighting for the 3rd, 4th, or 5th seed, but I'm guessing they'll be a 6th seed in the Western Conference. At number 5, we got the Golden State Warriors, guys, the return of Stephen Curry. In my original prediction list, I actually thought they would be a 1st or 2nd seed, but after, of course, Klay Thompson's injury, they definitely fell below the ranks. One thing's for sure though, with James Wiseman, with Wiggins, with Kelly Oubre, I believe the Warriors are still going to be playoff contenders, and potentially, with the experience Steph and Draymond brings, they could potentially be playing for a Western Conference final spot. I am super happy to see the Warriors back in the NBA. At number 4, we got the reigning Western Conference Finals finalists. We got the Denver Nuggets, guys. The Nuggets, of course, they were a great team last year, especially in the playoffs, but due to this offseason, they actually got worse. They lost Jeremy Grant, they lost Mason Plumlee, they lost Torrey Craig, so they're definitely slowly falling down the ranks. One thing's for sure though, with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, they're going to lead this team to a top 4 seed in the Western Conference, and I definitely see them making noise in the playoffs once again. The 3rd seed is my personal favorite and my bold prediction, and that's the Portland Trail Blazers. We're talking about the Blazers. Last year they were the 8th seed in the West. Of course, we're talking about the regular season. They lost a big part of their regular rotation. They lost Rodney Hood, they lost Jusuf Nurkic, they lost Zach Collins, but now their lineup is fully healthy with a few new additions of course, bringing back Carmelo, getting Derrick Jones Jr., getting Enes Kanter, and with Jusuf Nurkic fully healthy, I believe the Blazers are going to be an amazing team next season. I see Dame being the man in town once again, being on an MVP caliber list, and if Dame plays the same way he played last year, with the role players playing better, I believe they're a top 3 seed in the Western Conference. At the 2nd seed, I'm putting the Clippers there. Last year they played bad in the playoffs. They lost to the Denver Nuggets. They blew a 3-1 lead, but one thing's for sure, they're still one of the best teams in the NBA. Kawhi Leonard is still one of the best players in the NBA, and with him and Paul George adjusting and learning from last season, I still believe they're going to be a top tier team going into next season. Getting Serge Ibaka was great as well. Clippers at number 2, that is definitely a no-brainer. And of course, the 1st seed in the Western Conference is not hard. It is the Lakers. They made a lot of big moves this offseason. They got Montrezl Harrell, they got Dennis Schroeder, they got Marc Gasol, they got Wesley Matthews. I see LeBron and AD running the West once again and potentially winning the whole thing. Lakers number 1, it's an easy pick. So now we're going to move forward to the Eastern Conference Finals and predicting the standings for next season. To be completely honest, I don't have to do this slowly. I'm going to be telling you guys the worst teams in the Eastern Conference and what I believe their standings will be by the end of the season. I am putting the Pistons at 15. The Pistons are actually a very bad team. I'm putting the Cavs at 14. Of course, they got Isaac Okoro, but with Sexton and Garland still being young and Drummond and Kevin Love potentially going to be traded, I see them being a 14 seed. The Knicks are going to be there at 13. The Bulls at 12. The Hornets at 11. And the Orlando Magic at 10. This is my prediction of the 10 to 15 seed in the East. I don't believe any of these teams will be competing for an Eastern Conference playoff spot. But now we're going to talk about the teams that will be making the playoffs, or in other words, contending for a spot. At the 9th seed, I am guessing that the Indiana Pacers will be there, but they're just going to miss it and lose in the play-in tournament. The Pacers were amazing last year. They were the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference, but with the rumors of Victor Oladipo potentially going to be traded, I don't see them having him as their main player going to be an impactful thing for their roster and rotation, and that's why I do see them being edged out at the 9th seed. At the 8th seed, I got the Washington Wizards, guys. After getting Westbrook for John Wall, we all know when Westbrook is the man in town, he's going to help a team make the playoffs. In the past, he brought OKC to the 6th seed, to the 7th seed, and that's why in the East, they're going to be an 8th seed. I am very curious to see how Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook play together, but my prediction is Wizards, Capital City at the 8th seed. At number 7, I'm putting the Atlanta Hawks, guys. We're talking about this offseason. They were one of the biggest and busiest teams. They got Bogdanovich, they got Gallinari, and of course they got Rajon Rondo. They got a lot of pieces to help Trae Young develop and help the Hawks go back to the playoffs. Hawks at 7, it's a good prediction, it's a good guess. At number 6, I got the Toronto Raptors there. I know the Raptors are my favorite team in the NBA, but of course we talk about this offseason. They didn't really do much except bring back Fred VanVleet. I know they're saving money next year to potentially get Giannis, but losing Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol was definitely a big loss, especially at the front court, and that's why I do see them falling down the ranks and being the 6th seed. One thing's for sure though, the Raptors are going nowhere. They're still going to be playoff contenders and definitely fighting for that championship. At number 5, I got the Philadelphia 76ers, guys. I believe this offseason they made a lot of good moves. They got Doc Rivers, they got Seth Curry, they got Danny Green, they got Dwight Howard, and I believe they're finally surrounding Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons with the proper players to be successful. The Sixers were absolutely horrible last year, but I see them taking a big jump this year. At the 4th seed, I am putting the Miami Heat there, previous NBA Finals finalists, and although they were great in the playoffs, I don't see them being an amazing team in the regular season. We're talking about the offseason, they literally didn't do much but bring back Goran Dragic, and that's why I believe they're not going to secure that 1st seed. They're definitely a top 4 seed with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo there, but still, I'm putting them at number 4. What do you guys think? And the top 3 is very interesting, it can go either way, but on my list I am putting the Brooklyn Nets at number 3, only due to the fact that with this new super team, they haven't played together yet, they haven't really truly, established how well they're gonna be, has established the rotation, and I believe with the potential injuries that KD and Kyrie could have, they're not gonna be a top 2 seed, they're gonna be a 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. One thing's for sure though, my prediction is they're going to be going to the NBA Finals with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving locked in the playoffs. They're definitely going to go and face LeBron there. At the 2nd seed, I am putting the Boston Celtics there. In my opinion, they keep getting better every single year. And with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum being the future for this team, I see them being absolutely amazing in this upcoming season. I see Jaylen Brown breaking out, I see Tatum getting better, I see the Boston Celtics, because of how well they're coached and how good their chemistry is, even after getting Tristan Thompson and Jeff Teague, I see them being the number 2 seed. And for the number 1 seed, I am putting the Milwaukee Bucks there. We're talking about the Bucks. They're an amazing regular season team, and of course getting Jrue Holiday, it definitely boosted a lot of things they were missing last year. I see Giannis still being an MVP caliber player, possibly winning it again and leading the Bucks to possibly the best record in the entire NBA. The Bucks are number 1, that is my prediction. So ultimately guys, this wraps up my video for today. I'm predicting the Eastern and Western Conference standings. My favorite part about this is going to the end of the season and seeing if my predictions were right. So I'll definitely see you guys there when it's all said and done. What's most important to me is I want to know your opinions, guys. What do you agree with me on? What do you disagree with me on? Put your thoughts in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!